Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics.
Mic test.
Welcome.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Can hear you.
All right.
Yo.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.
What up? This is Web 3.0 Nomics coming to y'all from Decentraland with some of our crew here from Discord. I just had to congregate somewhere on the DG server. There's many people that are here in the audience today that are got your Web3 situation sorted out, your MetaMask or whatever. We want you to come join us live here in Decentraland, so you'll be able to talk on voice rather than just also write messages. So if you see this thing up here, Burger, can you cut and paste that address into the chat of the show for me? Oh wait, yeah, let's see. So you guys can come pop up here with us and figure out where we're at. Shout out to Blocks for dropping 5 stacks. Appreciate you, sir, on the morning show. Eli also, 1,000 bits. And Seekinson. So we got a little army here. Voice check on you guys. Everybody here got a voice?
Yeah, man. Can you hear you?
What's up?
Yeah, we got voice.
Yo.
So we want to kind of
Yo.
move the show into the Web3 world, you know. I know you guys here can hear me without me putting the voice thing down, so I'm going to take it off here. People in the show can hear me with this. But we want to move like to where, you know, we transcend kind of, I guess, the Web 2.0 show where everyone's in chat, but, you know, rather we can actually take it into the full socializing aspect. And we can discuss markets in voice, which is the most efficient way to talk about capital markets ideas, ask questions, all of that. So rather than have a Discord and have you guys jump into Discord and all that, we really can just meet in our virtual selves. And like, you know, this is, I think, a new type of show we can really do. So for all of you that are here, I don't know if Burger arranged this location. Is there anything cool inside this school to go, this little college campus to go to? Because I was saying we could go teleport towards the neighborhood where I've got a property, so we could look around there and stuff and check out marketplaces.
It looks like it just looks cool. It's pretty.
We should be roaming through Genesis Plaza as a fucking gang.
Alright, let's go there.
You want to go there? So we're gonna teleport to Genesis Plaza. Wow, you put us in the corner of fucking BFE.
screaming at me.
With Twitch. That's pretty funny. So many of you might find your computers get a little fucking crazy running this thing. You can definitely turn down the resolution of this deal up here. You can go to your settings and you can take the graphics. And this, if you put it like ultra, it gets really good looking. But if you're running Twitch simultaneously, it'll probably crush your shit. There's something else in here to make it run off of your graphics card and not off of your processor. I forget where that is. Burger knows that better than I do. 30 frames per second limit, you could do that and stuff like that. But if you limit some of the stuff, it'll take some of the horsepower down that your computer is using. So I'm here in Genesis Plaza. I'll wait for these guys to pop up. But yeah, I would like for some of you audience folks to find us. Let's see. Where's there's our squad. I'm gonna hop in this bitch. So come find me in the bar. I'll be chilling in the bar waiting for you guys. Shout out Cloud Boogie, man. Appreciate the 5 stacks, kiddo. A lot of people, yeah, you're gonna have some trouble with this. This thing is pretty processor intensive. I also have Somnium space open too, and I've created my avatar in that place. So I was curious if any of you have that set up, but we're gonna start doing meetups in here, and I want to have as many of the audience members that can be on microphone in the show, be in the microphone show, you know, also in chat obviously, but this would be a cool place to have combos about stuff in markets. So who's found me yet inside the chat? I know Arborn's there. I know you, and I guess everybody finds me, like add me to your friend thing. Sometimes that shit doesn't load. I think it's loaded today, but if you see me in here, put me in your friends list so we can find each other a little more easily. Pretty sure that's Gabriella, you know. Today markets are closed, so we just have a little fun. Fuck off, and like this is kind of where I want this year to go. You know, I want us to, as soon as like, you know, loot pods and space pods are open for meetups, we're gonna do meetups inside those things. I'm gonna be converting my website to a Web3 site, and you know, putting some pretty cool things inside there. And gonna drop some NFTs to give access to some really good stuff for you guys. Shout out to Karosh, appreciate the 5 stacks. So who's here from the audience that's got a question about anything? Who's here inside this room has got a question about anything? You guys are mic'd up. You can all talk on the show live, so, you know, go for it.
What's your plan to stream video in the metaverse?
What's my plan to stream video into the metaverse? There are protocols that actually allow you to stream video in here. We're looking to set up something to do that actually, and stream shows inside of like Decentraland or Somnium space. So we'll have events where you'll have to attend, like, you know, inside Decentraland, go to a certain location, and then you'll watch shows like we are now. You'll watch them inside Decentraland on the walls of it. Like you see in this bar right here, there's screens around the bar. There's actually a way to broadcast stuff onto those screens. So that's something we're looking to do. You can sit in here and socialize and watch screens with your friends and talk to each other while you watch what the show is, you know. I think it's a different kind of experience, but definitely something I want to do. So many people, so little conversation. So we're gonna show people how to use this place, because I think really and truly the metaverse, most people don't really understand what to do in this place. You know, everyone's like got logged in now. Everyone can be here, everyone can see each other, but everyone's not sure what to do. Everybody see Director Vale waving to you? Throw some money for Adam.
Where did I just see snow?
Where? I didn't see her. Where's Snow at? Yeah, Snow's right there. What up, Snow? One of our OGs right there. I see Snow went with the conservative design. Okay, let's see how that works. So where's everybody from the audience? Nobody's got any questions? Nobody's got any stocks? Like, you definitely write them, and you guys are writing away. You're not supposed to keep texting in here. The whole point of this is to give you a voice.
Hello.
Just heard
Wait.
Vale.
People aren't used to having a voice.
Hello.
I guess
Does
not, right?
anyone
People are
know
in
what
here
the
still
push
writing me
stop button
messages. The
is?
whole point of this was to write, to fucking talk.
Oh no.
Let go of your web
What's the push
2.0
stop
selves.
button?
Huh?
Should be T.
Yeah, it should be T. T is to push the top.
Oh yeah, hold down T if you want to talk. If nobody knows how that works, I guess no one's been here before, but you have to open it up. Pretty funny. It's gonna take some getting used to, I guess. But yeah, I thought this would be a fun experiment to see how this would work.
What's good, guys? This is
What'd you say, girl?
Good morning.
I said, how's everybody?
Hi, Vicky.
I'm good.
I'm
So
feeling
who's got some
good.
market questions right now? The market's getting fucking blasted. Russia's threatening the world. Fucking crypto took a fucking bloodbath off that bear flag we talked about. You guys staying alive or what?
When moon? That's my question.
You say when moon? Oh right, Snow, you just moved into your new place. Well, glad you could make the show. Glad to see you got your Decentraland avatar set up. Who's in this bar that's not part of our crazy entourage?
You're cutting out a little bit.
Might be because I'm broadcasting at the same time. See, it's kind of crazy, right? Nobody can really tell that we're broadcasting a live show from this place. Gonna move over and check it. Did you guys do any scorecards for us this morning or nah? I see people posting they got $100,000 trades off my show. I better see some scorecards. I see none. None today. Is it because it's a holiday? What happened to you guys? Jabo, will you be running on Decentraland, Somnium Space,
I don't
Pods
want to date
simultaneously?
spiders. They're still going.
I'm looking to do, I'll have events in the pods. I will also have a place in Decentraland. I already have a property there. And Somnium Space, I'm looking at setting something up. But no, you won't be able to run all those simultaneously. It'll be one place or the other that would really be looking to do. There's, the space pods and stuff like that. That's pretty much like my residence. So we'll have some really cool events there, but that's gonna be pretty exclusive, So that'll come next. But Decentraland, I think, is the first place we can all group meet for right now. Space Pod is definitely shit's badass in there. I think as they get bigger and bigger, we're gonna be able to do some really cool things inside that place. Speaking of, oh wow, why is that so faint? Much better. There we go. A little bit better. I'm about to keep it kind of meta, you know. Yeah, I figured that. Like, for you guys, if you're listening to me do the show, I don't ever need to open the microphone up, really. You guys do. So I'm not going to open the microphone up in Decentraland because I'm speaking through the show. You guys just respond, you know, yourselves. Your audio get picked up, but I don't need to speak in both places. Yeah, I'm not going to leave it open. You can hear me right fucking here, so I don't have to do that.
Makes sense.
But you guys are there right there. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So that's what I want. I want the audience to be able to talk to you here, right? We're replacing Discord with Decentraland, and we can physically interact. That makes sense?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Might be a little delay from when you hear me say what I say, but this will stop the double talk. So for any of the rest of you in here, there should be a link
Are
for
we
you to join
having
us.
a huge delay for you?
I mean, there's a delay, obviously, from when you hear me to reply, but I can make it work. If I need to say something to you in real time, I'll hit the button. Your laptop's on fire. Yeah, it'll do that. Let me see what mine's doing right now, running that shit. You want to show you the Somium Space version of this too? I can show you the Somium version. Let's see. How do I explore Somium map? I thought this is pretty cool. You know, the Somium map looks really neat. It looks like, you know, Google Maps in 3D. The one thing that's pretty bizarre is you don't walk between properties like Decentraland, where you can kind of walk like a tour group around, you know, and we can travel around Decentraland. Somium is like all teleporting, but I guess there's a rumor that you're going to get a vehicle that drives around the map, which will at least make a point to this. But it's kind of fascinating. Like, you can't go to like this building and say, hey, I want to go here. And you can't free roam. Like, Somium will tell you, if the place is vacant, you can't go here. Like, we'll take you to a place where the people are. So you can't, like, there's nothing here. Right? It's a very, very different kind of thing. I haven't quite gotten accustomed to the fact that they kind of boot you all over the place and tell you where to go. And that you can't go between stuff as you freely want to. I don't even know where the fuck it's sending me right now. You know, it's pretty nuts. So this is me inside Somium. This is as good as the character I could design was in 5 seconds, but Somium looks cool. I don't have any idea where, you know, anything cool is. Like, so property-wise, right, like, it looks wild. Like, this property is, like, got a fucking nebula around it and stuff like that. You can't walk out of here. And it's kind of wild, right? Where are your neighbors? You know, how do you decide what you put yourself next to? You know, nothing really means anything. It's kind of like, you know, property in virtual space, like, literally. But I gave a lot of thought about this, like, you know, thinking about metaverse, and you guys have seen the real estate boom things that they said have been happening. Why can't I turn this motherfucker around so we can see his ass? Oh, there he is. And, you know, what does fucking metaverse really represent to people? You know, I thought about it. Like, what is everybody here in the chat? Like, what's your goal? You guys are all here. You all want to be successful making money in the stock market or whatever it is you're looking to do. What is it that everyone really wants to accomplish? If they get successful in whatever career path it is, what is it you're looking to buy out there in this world? Somebody give me an answer. In voice, on Decentraland, stop typing. Talk to me. What is it everybody wants? What's everyone trying to buy? I want everyone to put some serious thought into this. Like, what's your goals here? Like, property, what do you think you guys want? More time. So that's the second time I've heard that. People buy more time, right? Time of life. So people work really hard to get time back, I guess. Freedom of time and place. Simple B. I like that. Seifu, yeah, I need you to show me like how to use Somium. I really don't know how to use that shit. You clearly know how that shit works. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm not. Let me see if in Decentraland am I still right next to you guys. Oh, my Decentraland fully crashed. I got like a fucking set of code on my screen. I'm not actually in the space anymore. Let me fucking reload this. Damn, that's pretty wild. That's why I don't hear you guys talking. My bad. I didn't know you were gone. I think Somium running simultaneously with this fucking blew it up. Hang on. Let me fix this. All right, I'm back. Mic check.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I lost connection with everybody. So I'm back. Go ahead and answer the question. What is everybody working towards, right? What is the thing that everybody wants that makes the metaverse interesting in its value proposition? Really think about it, right? What is everyone working towards? People said time and place, right? You're working towards one specific thing that everybody can identify with. And it's not a geographic location.
Real estate.
Real estate? Really? You think that's what it is? Real estate? What does everyone actually want? Everyone wants to get rich really fast because of what?
Passive income.
Passive income? Okay. Everyone wants peace of fucking mind. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants to get fucking time of life. Everyone wants to fucking have peace of mind. And there's no geographic location for where the fuck that is. That's what everybody really wants. Everyone wants every piece of shit to be away from. Everyone wants to be able to take care of the people they care about. Everybody wants to have actual peace of mind. Where the fuck does that exist? You know, the world outside your house is fucking exceedingly dangerous. You know, not to mention pandemics, but people. Interacting with people is exceedingly dangerous across your lifetime. Right? People want fucking a place that they can feel fucking safe. That's what the metaverse actually really represents, you know? A way to customize a world and deal with the people you want to deal with and feel fucking like you're safe in your own fucking skin. You know, to represent yourself any way you want to without fucking the judgments and fucking the attacks that are a normal part of fucking the bully culture of life that we live in. And that's what makes the metaverse such a fascinating, you know, value proposition, right? It's luxury real estate from fucking Nike in fucking virtual space really represents a fucking place that everything that you have around you, you control. That's what makes Ready Player One so fascinating, right? Because most people in the world don't have equity in this world. So they don't have peace of mind. They're all just fucking workers and slaves to the end. And this the metaverse actually gives people a chance to create something that they can call their own, you know, and inside that little world, nobody can shit on you. And that is really what I think the value proposition is. That makes, you know, livable spaces in the metaverse actually something to consider with relativistic value to real property. Most people will never afford the real property that gives them peace of mind. That too, the metaverse brings down barriers between people globally, absolutely. But when you think about how do I value property, right? I can't sleep in my metaverse house. How do I value fucking like a piece of property in the metaverse versus a piece of property that I can physically touch? And you have to think about like, you know, what it is that makes people satisfied with the real property that they have and what is a translatable fractal version of that to, you know, the metaverse. I mean, you look at, I don't know if you guys saw this Russian Times interview with the guy from Somium Space, but, you know, he really kind of did touch on a lot of great points. that the real thing that people really want is a degree of control of their lives that doesn't exist in the real world, and is never really going to exist for them in the real world, the way things are stacked up against you. Dimension said, you know, and I've heard that term escapism, you know, I don't know if it's escapism. I think it's just a pursuit of fucking peace of mind. You know, some people say there are kids who play video games all day to escape reality. And, you know, if you're going inside of the metaverse to create a business, it's escapism. You can create a business in the real world or the fucking metaverse, and neither of them are escapism. They're just means of survival. I think where you can create a business on your own terms and have a lot less bullshit so that you can get to survive, it's a win. But I think you don't want to call it escapism, you know. Really, it's common sense. The world is a shitty place. Most people are shitty people. And if you can set up a business that where you have a barrier where you can be insulated from people and someone can't run to your fucking front door and rob your ass, I think you'd be more inclined to set up a business where you felt safer and you had peace of mind. In the real world, it's a lot more difficult to create like a barrier between you and the people you want to do business with, right? Web3 allows you an incredible degree of control. Of putting a barrier between you and people who basically want really nothing good for you, but do want what you have. Yeah, the word escapism carries a negative connotation that you somehow are running away from something, when really you might be just more risk averse, and knowing that doing business face to face with people is more dangerous than doing with them through cyberspace. While I think one of the major benefits of real estate is, you know, in virtual space, I've had properties I've sent people to that there've been crack dealers inside the property. There are vacant properties and pulled guns on my clients, and there's all kinds of different fucking risks in doing stuff in the real world. But to be able to do real estate here, be separated from all the potential scumbags, there'd be no way around fucking like writing me a bad check. You know, it takes away so many different variables that are unpleasant, and doing real estate in cyberspace to me isn't escapism. It's intelligent, right? This is efficient. We can show a property to a person from all over the planet. We can transact money that's irreversible. There's no way to fraud us. No one has to really know who anyone is. We can all make a decision based on the property being what it is, and you know, no one's names are known. I think it's an amazing advantage over what you do in the real world. I think that's the thing, you know, we look at like what people are doing and we go back and what do people really think to do with the metaverse? You know, stand around in a virtual space as three-dimensional characters and hey, this is it. Nah, there's a lot more to do with this shit than that, you know. Let's see where the fuck are we for one. Whoops, that was weird. There are people doing things down here, you know, like I said, there's going to be a lot of practical uses in this place. I mean, virtual conventions. In the age of the pandemic, how many people want to have mass congregations anymore, you know? There is definitely specific utility in here that makes sense. That's not, obviously, you're not going to sleep in anything. You talk about, like, you know, luxury living. You know, we look at some of this stuff down here. There are people who are doing things with this stuff that are thinking of new ideas and stuff like that. And it isn't just stand around and do nothing, you know. You're not going to live in these places, but there are, you know, conventioning and ideas like that, graphic artists that are for hire in here, like really cool stuff, you know. And just seeing some people put stuff together. This is not mine. Just walking around and checking out stuff and showing you guys some things. Oh, did I get myself stuck in the building? No, there it goes. But I think that's the thing, you know, people have been sitting here a long time and you need to see some utility to understand what can really be done. A lot of people are just real estate speculators sitting here holding a piece of property hoping somebody else does something with it. But we're going to show you guys some crazy ideas that you can do in here and develop Web3 businesses, because this is literally the sky's the limit of what you could do in a place like this. You know, like we said, we can take this entire platform, replace Discord, and we can physically meet up in a completely different way. Once we have presentation screens, we can talk and do things in here that, you know, really replaces the physical office, and you have a virtual office space and ability to fucking work together and cooperate globally that really can't be replicated from anyone from any fucking country on the planet all at once. I think it represents a fantastic evolution in our interactions, you know, to get away from fucking Web 2 and text messaging each other and actually learn to speak to each other again. It almost seems like people are apprehensive to talk to each other because it's been, is that Crossman? What up, Crossman? That people have been so apprehensive to do any business with each other that, you know, in this fashion, people have been hiding behind their devices forever and a day. And we can come in here and actually talk again and fucking have the speed of communication that talking allows. That's been really, you know, hampered by the text messaging era. You know, people want to sit and spend 40 minutes writing you a fucking message they can say in 5 minutes. Fuck all that. Nobody wants to do that shit. So we're going to come in here and show you guys some really cool ideas in building out, you know, businesses that work and allow you to live in the Web3 economy and generate fucking crypto as your revenue stream, you know, and live in the crypto economy. John Disciple, a friend of mine who runs an ad space for NFTs, is in the process of opening up a virtual office space in Decentraland. Yeah, it's literally the most common sense thing you could do. Virtual office space all fucking day. Jester said 5382, that's the place for Sotheby's. Oh, no shit, I did not realize that. Is that where I jumped to? Oh, 5382, that's the spot to find it. Gotcha. Got a low show turnout today. I see 227, is that right? When this guy's been expanding, if you guys have seen the loot pods and the space pods from Artifact and stuff, I know a bunch of you have seen this stuff. They actually updated this thing and added square footage to it with an update, not an airdrop. They actually added this room via update, which I thought was pretty fucking incredible, which shows the connections that will come. So think about this. Your property can literally grow via an update, you know? What an amazing thing. Kind of like Elon Musk adding value to the Tesla with an update. This is a whole new property, you know, the next day when you come into this thing. So it's pretty cool. And this is going to be a really great place. Like, think about this. What would it take to replicate this square footage virtually in Decentraland at this quality? Right? None of us can actually do that. None of us could be able to buy enough estate square footage, and the resolution doesn't support this shit. So you really have something pretty amazing, you know, like that they're doing here with this, and it's going to be a fucking, you have to think about it comparatively. What would you do to create a property to match this in Somnium space or anything else? You really can't. You know, so it's pretty fucking amazing, some of the stuff that's going on with this. I think this is an amazing property for people to look at as a basis of like what's really possible in metaverse space. You know, this is going to be a massive property that when you look at it, they said, you know, it's luxury living. And what does luxury living mean? I think it means fucking, you know, meeting space. It means, you know, virtual office space. Obviously, no one's sleeping here, right? But what is the utility of something like this? And I think, you know, private events, you know, held in your own fucking high resolution luxury home is going to be a feature of like Web3, you know, a future of social interaction on a global scale. So definitely think this is some cool shit. If you guys haven't seen it, like just like a game, there's some silly things about this too. Let me see if I can show you this. I suck at games like this with keyboards. Trick move to get up to my fucking pool deck. Pretty sick shit though, right? Thought this was pretty dope. So yeah, with this would definitely be a place for a different kind of meeting than I would do in Decentraland, and obviously a more private setting. And that's definitely to come in the Somnium space, and we're gonna look at what's possible in there. But I think all these spaces are pretty fascinating because ultimately they're all going to be connected spaces. Your three-dimensional avatar is going to go to all these worlds, and you're going to have like a cross-market valuation between properties of this caliber and the caliber of what you see in Decentraland and the resolution that we see inside of Somnium space. And in that world, you're going to really see some fucking like crazy shit when this all really starts to blend together, and we start to have three-dimensional board yacht apes walking around, and doodles walking around, and clone X's walking around. You really have the aristocracy of the metaverse space being built out in front of your face right now, and a lot of people don't recognize that, right? Like, all these people are early adopters, and they're basically going to be the first round of the aristocracy of the metaverse. The artifact pods are the best resolution real estate that's in the metaverse at this point. So you work out, like, what some of the floor prices of the lots are going for inside of fucking Decentraland and Somnium. You think about it, right? Your base lots are like, 10, 13, 15,000 bucks in both places. Like, what would it cost to create a property of that caliber? How much spaces would you need? Yeah, Izzy says it. Peeps like to talk about nerds escaping reality with the internet way back. Now look how the world has changed. The whole new conduit for biz and global flows, right? I think when you sit there and say this, somebody's doing something you don't do and call it escapism, you actually add a negative connotation that stops you from looking at what's really going on there. At the end of the day, if those nerds weren't fucking doing what they're doing on the internet, none of you would have the ability to do what you do today at all in anything. John Disciple, real estate with remote update features. I mean, think about that. You can upgrade your property with an update. That's unheard of. It's a whole new fucking kind of world. So let's, I guess let's do our little macro section, right? Because we need to get that done and let you guys go. Markets are closed today. It's President's Day, so now you should be rushing towards the bell at 9:30 today anyway. So it's why we took a little time to kind of try a show where we could walk around and meet each other. I was hoping for better voice interaction. It seems like the voice wasn't so great for everybody. We'll try to meet it maybe a little bit pre-show and make sure we have that straightened out. But that's what I'm looking to do and have more of that. And we will be doing some stuff, where we have some private groupings, and we can, the space pod hopefully opens up to allow access. And when that happens, hopefully next month or two, we'll start to do some cool things over there. But we're going to work on doing some things with the show, I think, to kind of like really look at the NFT marketplace, look at real estate development in the virtual world, and, looking at what utility really means in the metaverse. Appreciate it throwing out some subs. Correct, it wasn't escapism, it was pioneering, 100%. So that's for everybody inside Decentraland. I'm gonna jump off here and do some fucking macro section stuff. Time for the macro view. So all y'all want to pay attention to this, pay attention. So what's been popping in markets, right? Putin's been making a nightmare for everybody. So let's see what we got going on here. We didn't get any scorecards, so we're gonna look at this. So we looked at this here as a possible correction to let him out. Got back to Goku's NFT zone and got wrecked. Any of you guys that are in Decentraland, you're still on audio, so you're free to speak, Like, literally, I've got like 100 people in there, and like no one wants to talk. It's pretty funny. So Goku's cheat sheet, we talked about this. If the market were to open today, it would definitely open under this. So markets are going to be closed. We'll see what this is tomorrow when futures do whatever they're going to do. But this pullback right now above Bar Nomics is where we were. And we're looking to see if we get the corrective flag here that actually turns us up. So while President's Day has the market closed, we get 1 day to see if there's some kind of news flow that actually changes this and creates a catalyst to bounce it. Otherwise, we're going to be watching for like a deeper pullback as futures stay where they are right now. QQQ, that guy's been the drag. Bear flag we showed you there. Kathy Big Penis won't stop talking about everybody's wrong and she's right, and she keeps looking like a fucking idiot. So this crash is going to go as deep as it takes to shut her the fuck up or fucking blow her the fuck up. That's probably worth noting, right? That this is just an absolute crash going on in the fucking name she's holding. She's clearly not fucking paying attention to what the market's telling her. Sentiments against her is pretty bad. Maybe there's a fucking squeeze, in the cards, but for right now, she's getting wrecked. And of course, our biggest player is still this, so we keep paying attention until he fully rotates. This trigger line should definitely stay on the radar for, names like him and growth names that she's tied to. That's Q, Spies. Don't really need this. DXY things with Russia and war scenarios. Interesting situation building up right here at Supreme Being. We keep eyes on this, and it feels like there's a news catalyst like waiting for us, Watching this right now, VIX is closed today, but this channel is either going to turn into the complacency show that allows him to correct out of here off of Goku and stay in the bull channel, bull flag, and go down and give us more time before an Armageddon-like spike, or we're going to get a news story and we're going to get a gap tomorrow morning that puts this thing clear the fuck out of here. So I think, we're waiting to see what the fucking next 24-hour news cycle brings us before the opening of the bell tomorrow morning. That being said, crypto, being a risk-on asset, is reflecting the situation going on with the fucking markets closed and is de-risking with it, So you do keep eyes on this because we know that the correlations are so high that this matters. So this rotation here, pullback, we need to see a higher floor to it. This does look like the S&P's set up, and it's just pulling back deeper because the markets are open while stock markets are closed. So could this be a bull flag in here? It could, but remember we showed you on the SPY that you were looking at like the BTC. We showed you a bear channel here, right? You have to pay attention to it. How deep he goes. There's a chance that this could correct and pull higher. This is still the same thing though, even though he didn't pull higher from here and we've got like more news dragging things down. This projection is not wrong until he breaks the low, right? Anything he pulls back to is a bear trap until he breaks the low. So however deep he's got to get, it's a bear trap until he goes through here. If he goes through here, then it's just it's just a lower correction. But for right now, we kind of watch this guy and see what he's doing here, and then we see what the market brings us in the morning, and we'll have a better idea. But shit does look fucking sus, and VIX is sitting fucking like in a crazy ass location. If he was open today, he'd probably be 28, 29 right now, the way things are. And Qs, futures right now literally bricked. So if you look at this, BTC, you can kind of see this here. This is really faded down to the ground. So overnight, if we take this out, that's going to be key to fucking watch. Oil has been fucking epically insane, but the strongest thing in the fucking marketplace, right? CL1 is our big chart for this guy. Right, and our projection for that guy, money. Oil has literally been the strongest thing in the market, dirty energy, while people are completely fucking mind-fucked by everything else going on with risk assets and growth assets. Oil is sat here fucking pumping exactly the structure we told you would pump on the projection. And no one's like looking, right? What the fuck? Turn off. Those are projected paths. We did the waves on this guy, and he looks like, based on this, he should just keep tracking higher. So, more oil shenanigans. So, crypto-wise, we looked at crypto total. Or total to under $1 trillion. But still, I guess, in the same channel. And this is the plot we did, I don't know how many weeks ago we did this thing, this trajectory. And he really is still just inside that channel, right? But this is still a bull flag, and we're looking for deviation if that's going to happen. Otherwise, we keep paying attention to this trajectory that he's running as he fills in this bull flag and gets deeper and bigger. Again, like I said, there's not much else to say. Everything's tied to the next 24 hours. Appreciate 1180 from United. Everybody at 2 bits, appreciate you doing that today. Is XOM just a bad play during this oil run? There's just definitely guys who are better breeds than him inside the basket. Like CVX is clearly a better asset than XOM. Like, you know, he is the popular name. It's just not necessarily the guy you want to get, you know, out of what you're looking at. There's definitely a lot of better names in oil. He's just popular, I guess, is all. Shout out to Mal. Appreciate the 5 stacks. Yeah, Gerber and a lot of guys are betting against Dirty Energy just on the basis of like their belief in green energy, but the time it's going to take to rotate, and if you realize how many things in this world are made from fucking like crude oil, you couldn't possibly expect us to fucking like, you know, like go cold turkey off of that like overnight. And as soon as supply chain get a little bit better and you have a little bit more velocity in the economies of the world, it'll only be more of a crunch on fucking the output for oil. So it's crazy to think that you're going to see the end of the dirty energy anytime soon. You know, it was a pretty easy call to make. Yeah, Josser said, you're creating a new market for Web3 house design. Right. Your coder is your contractor here, you know, where you get a guy to do the roof, do the tiles, do the paint. That person's a coder. It's a completely new economy, like taking a business that we all know in the physical real world and putting it into the cyberspace and completely taking the fractal version of it. And yeah, coders are king here for sure. Graphic designers and coders. This is a whole new business. So, censored user 10 stacks. Damn, what a morning. Appreciate everybody that threw some big ass bits at the show. Definitely not walking in the best state of mind today, so I appreciate everybody trying to, you know, make the show better. Let's see, did anybody drop any symbols? Did anybody keep track of symbols, or was anybody's mind on that while we were in the metaverse tour? Plastic is made from derivatives of crude. Yep, every fucking thing is made from fucking crude. You would shit yourself when you realize how much stuff that you're using every day comes from it. Wow, 3 symbols. Allstate, JKS, and DeFi Perp. What sentiment read is that? Where would you recommend to start to learn to code for Web3? Good job. Good luck on that one. Some of the pickaxes and shovels for oil have been making similar moves, but would you expect them overall to lag the actual oil basket? Tell me some of the assets you think are pickaxes and shovels for oil. No one is looking right. Allstate, JKS, and DeFi Perp. Allstate, JKS, and DeFi Perp. ALL. I feel like I got that guy somewhere else. Nope, sure don't. Good high to take note of where he's at. Oil highs are always great areas to place triggers. Could pay attention to a few things on this dude. How when he rotates up through that. I think he looks good to stay above this, but you can watch how he leaves and rotates through that angle also. What was the other one people said? JKS and DeFi Perp. JKS, JK Solar, we've had for a while. So we had this guy sitting on top of this area and watching between this angle, which he's been taking forever to compress between. So this is probably something to watch. When dirty energy probably loses a little bit of steam, you probably see Solar get some life back. We should probably take a look at TAN, who's a Solar ETF. That looks bad. That looks like Kathy. If you see what that looks like, actually, let's look at Kathy and her ARC K. Yeah, that looks like Kathy. That looks bad. So that's like all the other growth names. Right now, it's really fucking, you know, it's a... Come on. We look at things like, you know, XOP over fucking TAN. And it's really just dirty energy party right on fucking clean. So it's like the wrong side of the market to really pay attention to right now while this is happening. And that's been going on since 2020, right? Just been overall outperformance and dirty energy over fucking clean energy. So if you're staring at that, you're like suffering while fucking like, you know, things like CVX are going fucking crazy. Ooh, look where he is. Good spot. So I don't think JKS, any of those guys look good until you see a rotation out of dirty into fucking clean. So this guy can keep on doing what he's doing. Who was the other guy we had down there? First Solar. We had First Solar was a guy on this chart, FSLR. Yeah, First Solar. So he never rotated any higher either. He's corrected all the way back into his older base. So like, yeah, this is a huge base for FSLR, and he's back inside that range. So that's kind of crazy to see that he's all the way back there. Let's see, Sedge. So these guys are all dead money right now. I think you pay attention to this, and this is this entire range here. These two moves he peaked out of it. I think that high being the old trigger, this is just dead money for right now while he's there. Lots of these solos just look like shit now. And then DeFi perp. Somebody just asked that. Man, I know I did this. DeFi perp. Yes, thank God. So never bounced, right? Didn't hold up. Fucking got demolished from last time we ever looked at it. Looked at a possible big wave here. Can this same projection work a little lower? Yeah, if he holds before he hits the floor, it could still be true. Although it looks a lot less possible this deep into it, right? Now he's kind of pretty much just doing, probably double bottom you want to say with that, right? This first climax low right here, we put that right there. He 2B'd that, retested it, perfect contact of it. So is there a chance he can still rotate off of here as a double bottom? That is possible. I guess you look at him like that. If he holds on here, he can create a structure to bounce off this. If he gets under it, you know, he's in danger for sure. I think if he gets through that, he can go to the ground. So so it's do or die for him here. This level didn't work, and you know it's a double bottom, so you need to notate that. Same idea for him to still bounce and go up here, but if he goes through the base, that guy's in danger. The word said he dropped XBI when we were setting up DLAN. So XBI is biotech, and I think Kathy's balls deep in that too. Biotech stuff. So let's see. Yeah, see, it, like everything that woman has looks the same. She's balls deep in this also. What did I just do? Scale differently. So that's literally Kathy's portfolio. Is everything that's like amazingly high risk, and they all look like this. So you're basically calling the bottom of Kathy if you're calling XBI also, right? Literally the correlation's insane. But that's her whole portfolio. That's everything. Looks like this garbage. She's also got a bunch of solar, and she's got Tesla, right? So everything that Kathy's in, she's literally the biggest miss ever. She's been in selling, like, trust me, I'm not wrong. She's been selling this story for literally the entire miss of this, right? You look at the kind of collapse that's going on and stuff she's holding, and she's not sort of kind of missed. She's really missed. Carnival Barker, what do you call those people? High risk or deep value, right? That's what she says to kind of justify the fact she does not use a stop. That woman is a fucking ass clown. Estinada asked for Ford. We don't have a market bell we're rushing to, so, you know, I can take her time a little bit. What do we have on this one? Ford, we talked about this before. This is Ford. And Ford landed on an old trigger of an old sheet. Well, we just did this. We had this as a level here from when he went out. Yeah. We had this down here as a bull flag box range. He blew out and he's landed on it. It's kind of ugly, the kind of missile-like drop he had onto it, and is also coming on the back of the market's big D-risk. But if there's a level we said it could bounce, and when we told you guys the first time we talked about it, it did. It held, it bounced, but it's just really chopping while the market does crazy shit. So will it get off of it? Depends if the market's VIX, collapses and we get a risk-on move, then yeah, it probably bounces right off of it. So everything is kind of contingent on the situation that we see here. Next question. Applying to Leon said, something I want to bring up that I noticed. People were waiting for reopening plays for months, but now that we're actually fully opening in a lot of countries, I don't really hear anyone talking about it. Yeah, I think one of the biggest barometers on a reopening play really should be like a guy like fucking Starbucks, don't you think? Like, that motherfucker was crippled planetary wide with what he does as a business. And I think the guy that you really like pay attention to, like this, came out looking so bad. He wasn't really expecting him to just completely fall off a bridge, but this guy's getting de-risked unless he creates a fucking this is a gap fill. We talked about that. Like, Starbucks is about to fill this gap. You would think him, the Disney definitely got some kind of gas on his earnings. Your Royal Caribbeans, this is where everyone's talking about, give me a chance to book a fucking cruise line. He rotated under here, back across this line, which I think is pretty important. This still is a bear flag right there, but being on top of this, he can track higher. I think above this level, he's interesting. But you're not really seeing life in the guys you think would be like, well, Omicron taking a breather. You would think people would be like, okay, fucking finally. Right? I do see structures like that in some of these cruise line guys, but they just don't look healthy. SeaWorld looks healthy. Six Flags is what? Six Flags. Six Flags looks a little better. He's kind of range bound, so he's constantly trying to rotate it. But these are the kind of guys you expected that were being killed by fucking Omicron, by just the COVID, that would actually see some life to them. They don't look good at all. Your restaurants that were strong have been strong the whole time. Like McDonald's was strong before fucking, COVID kind of waned. But I don't know if you guys realize it, like, from start to finish, I own the entire COVID call. In summer of 2019, I actually forecasted there would be a bull market in diseases, and then actually projected it in a pandemic crisis special in January 2020, and then projected the top of the VIX at 80 in March of 2020, and then the entire evolution of the virus with Dr. D, Berger, and Henry in Black Order. We forecasted the entire evolution of the disease, the boosters, and then at December 28th, they called the end of it based on the fractal pattern of the Spanish flu, which was then reiterated by the actual head of Moderna. I don't think there's a journalist that can say he nailed this thing ahead of time to the degree that we documentally timestamped nailed every aspect of this virus before it arrived and at the conclusion. Let's hope it doesn't mutate back into something that makes it come back again. But, for right now, knock on wood, it appears to be the conclusion. XPE, Expedia. That's probably worth checking out. What was that one? Disney just raised their prices. Disney's always just raising their prices. Let's see. We're probably gonna wrap up here in a second. I'll check out Expedia, and then we'll probably wrap it up. So if anybody paid attention to our chart for Expedia, we definitely had this on the show, and this is what I've got. Let me see if I had a different chart for Expedia. Expedia. Oh, we did. We have two charts for Expedia. Let's see what this was. 3 days. That seems really zoomed in. So I had this whenever I had that, and then the last thing we ever did was this over here. The two halves of this thing. What the heck? I don't know why. Oh, I guess this was drawn here and I just moved over and drew it over here and I kept on evolving it. But yeah, there goes Expedia. So if you guys pay attention to this is one guy who seems to have made sense with it. And Airbnb, A, B, and B. Not that one, A, B, and B. Right, we had Airbnb's chart. So the last time we ever looked at this guy, we had that rising channel thing that I told you normally gets countered by a corrective channel that fucks everybody up from the rising channel and then rotates around and leaves everybody in the dust from that. So he's actually rotated it. Took a little longer whenever last we drew this guy out was. And he's come back here, stalled in the same box range we've drawn from here. You always pay attention to your old triggers. So he's interacted with this, and if he's doing a flag off of here, this might be like a res, like, you know, a lower res. And if he rotates that up, it's probably worth watching. Expedia definitely seems like the better breed of these two plays. Let's see, you know, but I think in time, you do want to pay attention to this. Let's see what Expedia looks like on top of that. He's definitely the better breed of the two. You can see correlated movements within them, and you can just see that Expedia is the better of the two. Some other guys to watch, obviously the hotel guys, right? Like Hilton. He's kind of fairly strong. He's up there. Marriott. These guys should definitely, you know, be benefactors of what looks like a change in the situation with COVID worldwide, and they at least look like what reopenings should look like. So there's definitely some stuff out there, and I'll try to put some stuff together for you guys today or tomorrow into OnlyFans for ideas for that. Again, we're kind of trying to buy our time to get out of a high VIX environment and get to a place where the taper is out of the way, and you know, some of the headwinds that are making it very dangerous to play risk assets are out of the way. So I don't have a whole ton of stuff going to OnlyFans like that for that reason. Mostly focused on the VIX and indexes and things like that that are highly liquid and correlated while the environment is so fucked up. So, you know, bide your time. I will say it's pretty crazy. I've lost over 10% of my OnlyFans following since the last training video. And I'm not sure if people realize the kind of stuff that's in OnlyFans. But every major asset class you wanted, NFT basket, oil, VIX, were all put into that place. And the training videos that pretty much would tighten up all of your entry and risk management. So I think if you bailed on that thing thinking that's all you needed, you weren't paying attention to what was in that spot. This year, we're going to make things more efficient than they ever were. So be salty, but at the end of the day, if you see the level of accuracy that's going down in those cheat sheets for oil and ES, and you think you saw all you need to see, you weren't paying attention to what the fuck's going on in there. But for all of you that do acknowledge and do understand it, I do appreciate you guys. Today was definitely psychologically a difficult show to do, but you know, you gotta do the shit that you don't love like you love it, right? That's discipline. So here we are. Hopefully Wednesday we'll be back in the right mindset, and everybody that will show back up for a good day in markets. Till next show, we'll catch you guys on the flip. It's a holiday. Don't go pushing buttons on low volume futures. Take the day off and go enjoy yourself. And for all you guys that are interested in metaverse things, stay tuned. You know, we're going to do some really cool stuff in virtual real estate on the show and touring around properties and things. Till next time, peeps. Catch you on the flip.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.